Alright, so here we are. It's a day I've been putting off for a while. I've been sanding the diff and all that kind of stuff, trying to clean all the muck and yuck and yang off it. I'll give you a quick look at what I'm doing here, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so here we go. We've got two big ass brake drums. Pretty clean. You can see there's still some bits of grime on them. I think maybe just old paint, old age, all that kind of stuff in there. So I'll give them a final clean off. Just, you know, there's some dust on there, dust. But they look pretty good in general, you know, there's just 50 years, 60 years of junk in there. So I'll give them a final clean up, then they're going to get a coat of paint. I've got some brake calipers here. They're blue, which I would never have guessed would be a colour you paint a brake caliper, but the brake calipers on the 4A are blue as well. So I don't know if that's something that actually happened or it's just a weird coincidence. Springs, the rear springs, hummed and hawed, got ridiculous quotes to rebuild them. So I decided to throw them back on and just generally see how they looked. So I was cleaning them up today, and I did notice, maybe see it here, there is a leaf missing. The little tiny little holder in leaf is there, but there's a leaf missing. And the leaf is all present and correct over here. I've been hearing horror stories about getting these. Okay, minor camera malfunction there. So the horror stories I've been hearing about are getting these front eye bush things out. I tried to press these ones out and they didn't want to know it. I didn't try super hard, but they didn't want to know it. So I'm actually thinking with this missing leaf, rather than trying to hunt down or rebuild, I think I'm going to just bite the bullet and get a new set. There's one last place in Portland I'm going to call. It's called Ben's Spring, that rebuilds and remanufactures these things. I'm going to give them one last call, see if they can supply this last leaf or do something to retension these things. I think I found out it's £128 an inch or something like that. So I'm going to see if they can get them retention to somewhere around that. Starting around here, we got the diff. The diff. This is what I'm going to paint on the diff. POR 15, POR 15, whatever it's called, top coat. I'm not bothering with the rust proofing stuff because obviously that's cast, the diff, and not going to be made of steel or anything like that, or sheet steel or anything that's not going to disappear. I want to try this stuff out over just regular Rust-Oleum because obviously I want to do something pretty hard wearing with the bottom of the car when that time comes. So yeah, I want to see what that looks like, see how it handles it. As you can see, the back plate of the drum brake there is exposed and cleaned up a little bit. I'm not going to go mad because it's not going to rust. I'm just going to clean it up, paint it. You can see here the rear diff looks like at some point in time it was originally red. Sorry, a bit close in there. Yeah, I don't really know what that's all about. I've scuffed off what I thought was just oil and goop off the tube, half shaft carrier, whatever it is. Still got the rubber bushes there. They'll come off obviously and get replaced because these ones are pretty cabbaged. You can see this is a beast to clean. I'm not quite sure what to do with this thing. I almost feel like just throwing some cheap ass black paint at it just to make it look shiny. That you can see hasn't been touched at all as of yet. Yeah, just to get it back on there. I'm pretty sure I'll have to get that back on there to have enough weight on the rear end so I can get the springs on. But, you know, we're getting there for sure. So, I'm still actually, I got the front disc and everything on this side. Still waiting on that trunnion grease cap, which is an unbelievable pain in the ass. I did find out that if I try and put the floor jack under the suspension on this side to fit the shock absorber, all I do is jack the whole thing up. Which is pretty obvious really, because there isn't £350 or whatever the spring rating is pushing back down. So I'll have to get the wheel on and get that thing down on the ground and then get the shock absorber back in. But on the whole, making some progress. It feels kind of slow just now. I haven't done a whole lot, and as I say, I've been putting off this cleaning of the diff for a long time because it's just such a painful job. But next up will be get drums painted, I think probably order new springs. Calipers will get painted and I can get them mounted at least on this side. And hopefully the big box supplier will get this grease cap finally sent to me, despite my attempts at calls and emails and all the rest. More updates to follow. This is Saturday, so I've got a little half chance of getting some work done on this thing at least. And yeah, I'll post progress. Okay lads, so I'm guessing you're wondering what's going on here. Well, one of the mysteries I'm finding as I unpack these boxes and try and get to grips of what's here is there's all kinds of odd bits and pieces. I've absolutely no idea what this device is. It looks like some weird type of spring compressor, or I really have no idea. And there's a whole squad of these in the boxes. They are obviously issue carbs, but they're tiny. I don't know if there's something I can scale them next to actually. Absolutely tiny. They must be H2s or something like that. If H2's the regular size, they're tiny. And there's about 6 of them. I don't know if they're from a midget or one of those little A-series engines or a Mini or even a bike or something. I have no idea what they're from. But they're tiny and I've got lots of them. As well as this thing and a few other mystery objects. So if anyone's got any smart ideas, or if anyone wants them, if anyone knows what they are, just give me a shout. Just another quick couple of seconds here. I've turned the diff over so I can clean the bottom of it. And one of the things I knew I had and just wanted to show everyone was this slash of green paint that's across there. Not quite sure what that is, but if anybody has any ideas, it looks like it's from the factory. It's certainly been there a while. Just showing it off. Hey there, so this is a product I've used a couple of times now. I just wondered if anyone else had any opinions on it. This metal rescue stuff. It's like 25 bucks a gallon, but it does an incredible job. As evidenced by this. It's almost in focus. This is what said nut and bolt looked like before I went in, and this is what it came out looking like. Unfortunately I didn't do a before and after video, I just flung one in and didn't fling the other one in. That is what they look like. I'm currently treating some of the hold down things for the brake pads, the brake pad springs from the front calipers, which were a little bit rusty. You can kind of see in there, I should have taken a shot. They've been in for a little while and you can almost see through the liquid there that they're starting to have the rust colour peel off them. Report back more, but certainly my initial impressions of this stuff is it's great.